Right, so there has been a bit of a change of plan regarding the ITX box project here. I'm not cancelling it or giving up or scrapping it or anything like that. I'm going to complete it, but I just want to update you guys on what's going on with it, why I'm changing some minor things, and just, you know, it's going to be, I'm going to refine it. Is probably the best way to describe it. I'm not changing anything. I'm just, you know, moving some stuff around for the better. So I'm going to start by talking about my original plan. So this is the top panel of the Xbox casing. My original plan was to cut a big hole in it, that the plastic I would get rid of would be replaced with an aluminium mesh, okay? And in that mesh I would have a cutout here, roughly, in there. So this graphics card could poke through the top of the mesh, okay? It would poke through about half the height of the fan shroud here. Can you see that okay? Is that, I'm going to sort of angle it there, that looks better. So about half height of there, which would be 5mm poking above the mesh, roughly. That was the idea, having it poking through the mesh a small amount for aesthetic reasons. That turns out is a bit of a problem because basically the graphics card, see these little clips, these little pads here, they're basically like Velcro, but they are much stronger. If you are interested in finding out about them, they are 3M Dual Lock. That's D-U-A-L-L-O-C-K. Look it up on Google. They are much stronger than standard Velcro. So this was originally mounted to the bottom pads there. You can see there's one there and one there. That would mount onto that like that, and then the graphics card would the extension would go through this gap, okay, and then come back around, attach to the graphics card, and the graphics card would just sit nicely on top and stick through the top panel mesh and look pretty good. And that's where the issue comes in, because this extension, the height that it actually comes out of the motherboard, okay, the top of this is the exact same height as this. Now that's where the problem is, because again, that meant I couldn't mount the graphics card as low as I would like, because that was in the way, and because I couldn't mount it lower, it meant most of the graphics card would be sticking through the top panel. If I give you a rough example of how much would be sticking through the top panel, it would be all of the fan shroud and 90% of the heatsink and the heat pipes and everything, and it would look okay, but it wouldn't look great, or it wouldn't look as good as it could look, and that annoyed the hell out of me. So that's when I decided, instead of having the graphics card pointing up like that, I decided to sort of flip it around and mount it that way, and then have a very small portion of it. Can you see that? Not really. Hang on. Oh lord, this is probably going to fall at some point and I'm going to be really annoyed. There, that'll roughly there-ish, kind of. And now there is only a very small portion of the fan shroud sticking out. So I've sort of, in a way, I've still achieved my original goal of having the fan shroud stick up through, you know, stick out of the casing a little bit. So I've still got that. So my plan now is, with the top panel, can you guys see that properly? Roughly, can you see this sort of line, this sort of separation thing between like this section and that section? So that from the start of this vent here all the way to sort of along here, okay, so all of that is going to be the aluminium mesh, you know, for my original plan. That'll be for the ventilation of the CPU. So that's what I'm going to do with that. Just have this side be a complete mesh, this side be, you know, just a bit of plastic. I will polish it up, because I don't know if you can tell, but there's millions of scratches on it. So that will just be black plastic, this will be a aluminium mesh. And then for mounting the graphics card, because I can't really mount it to the bottom panel, because, you know, the fans are in the way, so I can't do that. But I'm going to mount the graphics card to the inside of the top panel. So the inside portion over here, okay? So I'll flip it over. The graphics card will be mounted to this area over here, okay? So that will mean when you take the top panel off, the graphics card will lift out and then perform any maintenance that you need to perform. That leaves me with another issue, the bottom panel. Now, basically what I'm going to do is pretty much what I'm going to do with the top panel. I have a cutout here, cut all of this plastic out, or at least most of it, so that actually is more or less what it will look like at the end, once it's, once I've done it. And then this section here will be aluminium mesh, like I said, so the fans can breathe. You can see the fans, and also you can see it poking out the top a little bit, just because I can, and also because it can't fit anywhere else. It won't look very nice, but I have to make a compromise. So that will be there, and my plan is hang on, let me sort this out. The plan at the moment, anyway, I don't know how well it'll work, is to sort of tuck them into the graphics card, if that makes sense. It's just sort of going to be in there under the fan shroud. It's not going to look brilliant, I don't think, something like that. Can you see that? How well can you see that? Not really at all. Hang on, let me turn the light on the camera. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see it. So the cabling will sort of be tucked in here alongside the fans and stuff, and it won't look great, but I think it'll look okay enough. Or at least that, I might come up with a better solution, before I've done it. I might change this, so that's my current plan. So that's all I have for you today. I apologise there hasn't been an update in the last couple of months. I've been dealing with personal stuff, so I've had to deal with that because that takes priority. So that's what's happening with this. You can follow me on Twitter if you wish. There's a link in the description. I should have 2 videos in the next couple of weeks of me upgrading my brother's system with my old motherboard, and then me upgrading my main system with new motherboards and stuff, because I gave my old motherboard to my brother. Although I do have to refilm my upgrade, because when I originally filmed it, I didn't have this light panel I'm using now, so I've got to refilm it with the light panel so you can actually see what I'm doing. So I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.